is 5.
And welcome to Remax Field in Edmonton. Game number 3 of the WMBL Finals. It's Ryan Schweitzer bringing you the balls and strikes in this best-of-5 series that's tied 1-1. The Edmonton Prospects earning the split in Swift Current and trying to take a series lead here in front of a solid crowd at home in Edmonton. Michael Gain gets the start on the mound for the Edmonton Prospects. This is his first postseason start. In the regular season, he started 5 times for the Prospects, ERA of 5.30, a record of 1-3. 37 innings pitched, he struck out 23, allowed 55 hits, and walked 9. There's Matt Bondarchuk. He's a local product from right here in Edmonton, playing in front of some hometown friends and family. He'll hit second in the 57's batting order. Swift Current going Riley Campbell, the aforementioned Matt Bondarchuk, and Longview, Texas native Blake Adams. Here in the top of the first inning, Remax Field has been hospitable for the Swift Current WMBL team. Our records go back to 2010, and Swift Current with a record of 12-2 in this ballpark since 2010. This year they had 2 visits, 2 wins, and they outscored the Prospects by a combined score of 26-4 in those 2 games. This is also the ballpark where Swift Current clinched the 2016 WMBL championship. They did so 366 days ago. So everything has come up swifty in this ballpark. The Edmonton Prospects with a little something to say about that tonight, and they're hoping to halt Swift Current's hot streak here in this massive ballpark. 340 to left field, 420 with a 30-foot wall in straightaway center. And then a sharp turn into right field, 320 along the right field line. You do not see a lot of home runs in this ballpark. You do see a ton of extra base hits, and with that turf infield, balls just seem to skate through the infield here. This ballpark, an X factor in itself in ball games. Michael Gain from Australia, first pitch to Riley Campbell. Gunning that fastball at 84 miles an hour, and he catches the outside corner. The count is 0-1 to the native of Wadsworth, Ohio. Gain with the count 0-1, right-handed pitcher. Fly ball from Campbell hit to shallow center field, and the right fielder, Dean Olson, goes for a jog and makes the catch. Michael Gain pitching to Mac Parlow, Nick Spillman at first base, Tony Olson at second, Zane Takar is the shortstop, Anthony Cusati playing third in the outfield, Derek Shedden in left. Dean Olson in center. Jake Lanferman is the right fielder for the Edmonton Prospects. Edmonton native Matt Bondarchuk, his third Wimble game, playing in front of hometown friends and family. 82-mile-an-hour fastball. Michael Gain going right after the 57's here. Steady diet of fastballs right around the plate, and the count to Bondarchuk is 0-1. Blake Adams on deck. Bondarchuk hitting .216 in the postseason. Swings and misses at an off-speed offering. And the count is 0-2 with 1 down. Prospect fans fired up for the playoffs. They're trying to clap Bondarchuk out. Michael Gain. 70-mile-an-hour breaking ball that Mac Parlow drops to his knees to keep in front of him, and the count is 1-2. Mitch Giberson will get the start for the Swift Current 57's. He'll take to the mound in the bottom of the first. 1-2 count in front of a hot crowd. Fastball paints the outside corner, and it's 2 away as Bondarchuk is caught looking. 85 mph on the gun. Brings Blake Adams to the plate, the native of Longview, Texas, the WMBL Rookie of the Year, hitting .250 in the postseason. Adams, when you combine regular season and postseason stats, hitting .342. 13 home runs this summer with 58 runs batted in. Gets a piece of that breaking ball and fouls it into the backstop. That ball, though, on this turf is just going to keep right on rolling. 2 quick outs here, but expect to see plenty of offense in this one. Nothing in 2, the count to Adams. 57's 2-0 in this ballpark in 2017, winning by scores of 22-4 and 4-0. Hot crowd of over 2,000 on hand here in Edmonton. One hopper to the catcher, Mac Parlow. He keeps that in front of him, and the count to Adams. Now 1-2 with 2 down here. A few Swift Current 57's fans have made the trip to Edmonton, about 6.5 hours northwest of Swift. Wind blowing across the field here. 1-2 to Adams. Swung on and missed. Oh, Blake gets a piece of that ball. I love the viewpoint from Remax Field here in Edmonton. So far away from home plate, but you get such an expansive view of this massive playing surface. Really gives you a whole new respect for outfielders. Adams, 75-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch. Ground ball hit to third base. And Anthony Cusati executes a 5-3 to take care of Blake Adams. So the 57's go 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning. Bottom of Mitch Giberson on the mound. And we'll be back with more 57's baseball, brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Win a jackpot on a select bank of machines to be entered into the weekly draw for rider tickets and merchandise. Draw to be held every Sunday at 8 p.m. Winner does not need to be present to win, but you must be playing with your card to win. Live it up at Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
Game number 3 of the WMBL Finals. It's Ryan Schweitzer at Remax Field in Edmonton. Mitch Giberson getting the start on the mound for the 57's. Giberson with a couple of Game 4 starts in rounds 1 and 2. Mitch with a .64 earned run average. 2 games, 14 innings of work, allowing 10 hits. Only 1 earned run. He has struck out 5 and walked 3. Yes, 2-0 for Giberson in the postseason. The native of Pocatello, Idaho. 2-1 in the regular season with a 3.22 earned run average. 4 starts, 22 innings of work, striking out 11 and walking 11. So a 2.23 earned run average when you factor in regular and postseason for Giberson. Tries to paint the outside corner with that fastball. Doesn't get the benefit of the doubt on it. Giberson 4-1 this summer. The 6'4" freshman who's 235 pounds. Fouled out of here by Jake Lanferman, leadoff hitter for the Edmonton Prospects. Lanferman, Takar, and Nick Spillman due up. Giberson. Lanferman gets a bunt down, but bunts it off of his person. And that'll make the count 1-2. Lanferman hitting .404. Zane Takar, who's on deck, hitting .400. And Nick Spillman hitting .317. One and two count in front of a hot crowd here at Remax Field. Giberson. Ground ball. Two-hopper, Riley Campbell. Down, up, throws over Bodie Cooper. However, it hops right back to Bodie, and Lanferman will reach on error. And I think Bodie arguing that, well, they tagged the runner as that ball came back, and that's what the appeal is. The ball took a bounce off the wall, and they're arguing because Bodie clearly tagged Lanferman. And the ruling is that Lanferman was en route to second base, or could have taken second. And the tag applied, so a rather interesting first out of this ball game. Ray Brown is out. Lanferman makes his way back to the dugout. It was an overthrow at first, bounced off the 57's dugout, bounced back to Bodie Cooper, and then he tagged Lanferman. Yeah, had Lanferman just kind of peeled off and accepted the overthrow and taken his base at first, he would have been fine, but still in play. Haven't seen that one yet. Zane Takar to the plate. Takar, 400 hitter in the postseason. We'll do the roll call here. Where are you watching this one from, and who are you cheering for? Tweet at me at Ryan_Schweitzer. Shout out to the Campbell family in Wadsworth, Ohio. Opposite field shot, Nick Conyas makes that catch. And Zane Takar flies out to right field. There's a lot of outfield to cover here at Remax Field. We talked about it early, 340 to left, 420 to straightaway center, 320 to right. 10-foot wall surrounding this ballpark, and of course that 30-foot monster in straightaway center. The center field wall / hitter's eye. Nick Spillman. Spillman hitting .317 in the postseason, native of Welland, Ontario. Rough night at the dish last night in Swift Current. Spillman was 0 for 5. His team got out of there with a 6-4 win, but he'll be looking to improve on last night's effort. He was 3 for 4 the night before in Swifty, so tale of two games for Nick Spillman. Gets his first hit in this ball game, though, as he singles up the middle. Matt Bondarchuk corrals that ball in center field.
Battle of the division, hitter number 23, Eric Sabrowski.
Eric Sabrowski to the plate. So 1 on, 2 outs. Eric Sabrowski to the plate. Game 1 starting pitcher for the Edmonton Prospects, DHing in games 2 and 3. 241 in the postseason with 3 runs batted in. Sabrowski, a hometown kid. High fly ball, center field. Matt Bondarchuk, after some serious hang time on that baseball, makes the catch. Prospects strand 1 and score none. 1 inning in the books. Scoreless in Edmonton. We'll be back with more Swift Current 57's baseball, brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
2017 playoffs, remember,
You can follow the prospects on Facebook.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Win a jackpot on a select bank of machines to be entered into the weekly draw for rider tickets and merchandise. Draw to be held every Sunday at 8 p.m. Winner does not need to be present to win, but you must be playing with your card to win. Live it up at Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense. When planning your Swift Current stay, call the Days Inn. Just a short walk from Living Sky Casino and a few minutes from world-class golf, Days Inn offers free Wi-Fi, a continental breakfast to go with newly renovated rooms. Ask about suites with kitchenettes. Unwind in the jacuzzi suite. If you're driving a large truck, no problem. There's lots of free parking. The Days Inn is home to locally renowned meeting and banquet facilities as well. Call 306-773-4623. The Days Inn, the host hotel for the Swift Current 57's.
We're back in Edmonton, scoreless after the first. Bodie Cooper, Nick Conyas, and Mason Brown due up for the 57's here in the top of the second. A scoreless first. Bodie Cooper, WMBL first-team All-Star catcher, who's been playing first base for the 57's in the playoffs. Prospects have some fans whose heckling game is on point. And Bodie's dealing with them as well as Michael Gain on the mound here. Nothing in one, the count to Bodie after a pitch that just bit the outside corner. Bodie has to swing at that outside pitch, gets a piece of it, and nothing in two. Oh-2 pitch. 81-mile-an-hour fastball outside to Bodie, 1-2. Michael Gain pitching to Mac Parlow. Bodie fouls that changeup towards the backstop. Count remains 1-2. Pitch number 14 from Michael Gain moments ago. Here's number 15 out of his right hand, fouled off by Bodie. Count still 1-2. Gain. 85-mile-an-hour fastball, ground ball, Tony Olson, 4-3. Cooper grounds out. That'll bring Nick Conyas to the plate, who wears number 26 and plays right field, native of San Antonio. Conyas, 304 in the postseason. First pitch from Michael Gain. Fastball past the catcher. 1-0 count. Michael Gain and Mackenzie Parlow getting on the same page. Fastball hit into center field. And Dean Olson makes the catch for the second out of the top of the second.
Out of the designated hitter, number 9, Mason Brown.
9 batters have been to the plate in this game. 1 hit thus far off the lumber of Nick Spillman of the Edmonton Prospects. 57's have been 5 up, 5 down thus far as Mason Brown comes to the plate with a .306 postseason average. Mason, 45 games played in the summer of 17, a home run, 19 runs batted in. .266 batting average between hitting .306 in the playoffs and .252 in the regular season. Fastball, Brown singling up the middle, and the native of Littleton, Colorado. First hit of the game for the 57's, and Joe Carnahan's team has a man on at first with 2 away, and Brett Esau making his way to the plate. Brett Esau, .286 batting average between the regular season and the playoffs, 16 home runs. Esau led the team in regular season, or was second to Blake Adams in regular season home runs. And Brett leads the team in home runs over the course of the summer. 11 in 39 regular season games and 5 in 11 postseason games. 16 home runs this summer off the lumber of Esau. Starting pitcher Michael Gain from Australia. 82-mile-an-hour fastball again paints the outside corner. Count is 0-1. Gain, the right-hander. Mason Brown on at first. Comes close to picking off Mason Brown at first. Another quick pickoff move over to first, keeping Brown in check. The catcher Brown, who is often subbed out for a pinch runner in the playoffs, not a huge threat to steal, but Michael Gain wanting to keeping him close to the bag. Slider bends out, righty on righty matchup here, 72 miles an hour on that breaking ball for a 1-1 count here with 2 away. Gain, 1-1 pitch. Flied up towards us as Esau hits that ball out of the park. Ball traveling north towards downtown Edmonton. The view in this downtown ballpark, second to none. You see the arches of an under construction bridge just over the center field wall and that old power plant with the brick facade there. And more of Edmonton in the background. 1-2 pitch to Esau, strike 3, off-speed pitch. Michael Gain has struck out 2, the 57 strand 1. To the bottom of the second we go. Mitch Giberson on the mound, scoreless. Swift Current in Edmonton. This is 57's baseball for Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
At the Hearing Place, we're making a positive difference in the lives of our clients' hearing health. We are a full-time, fully licensed hearing health care facility. Our goal is to improve and maintain our clients' hearing health with personal attention and ongoing support. As an audiologist with more than 15 years experience, I work with clients of all ages, including toddlers and newborns. This is not only my vocation, but my passion. When you come into the Hearing Place, you will receive a complete diagnostic hearing evaluation using state-of-the-art equipment. We talk about the specific reasons for your visit and the hearing situations you find most difficult. We then discuss the hearing options that are right for you, your budget, and your lifestyle. The end goal is to ensure you leave with the knowledge and confidence about your future of hearing health. The Hearing Place. For more information, visit www.thehearingplace.ca.
.2,000 fans singing along with Neil Diamond here at Remax Field in Edmonton. It's a ballpark built for offense. It's got deep dimensions, turf infield, extra base hits make up for the lack of home runs and then some in this ballpark. Scoreless, though, as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Tony Olson, Mac Parlow, and Anthony Cusati, 5-6-7, due up for the prospects. Mitch Guyberson on the mound, pitching to John Baeta, Bodie Cooper at first, Cole Thibodeau at second, Brett Esau at short, Riley Campbell playing third base. Outfield, you got your Blake Adams in left, Matt Bondarchuk in center. Right field is being patrolled by Nick Kanyas. The Guybersons in Pocatello, cheering the 57's on. And Blake Adams' aunt watching from Guthrie, Oklahoma. Aunt Kathy with us for another edition of Swift Current 57's baseball. Tony Olson, opposite field shot, singling into right field. Ground balls are dangerous in this ballpark. They just skate along that turf. That was Mitch Guyberson's 15th pitch of the ball game. "13 pitches to get through the first inning for Guyberson. Runner on at first, Tony Olson. Mac Parlow to the plate, catcher. He tips that ball into the gear of John Baeta, the 57's catcher, and the count is 0-1. Olson, Parlow, and Cusati with good nights last night in Swift Current in that 6-4 win. Bottom part of the order contributing last night. Olson in motion, Baeta throw on target and out at second. Tony Olson with a good jump. John Baeta on target. Brett Esau where he needed to be, and that runner is erased from the base paths. Good pitch to steal off of. 68-mile-an-hour breaking ball. But John Baeta up to the task of getting that ball to his shortstop for the first out here of the bottom of the second. Still a scoreless tie. Best of 5 series coming back to Edmonton, all tied up at 1. 57's with a 13-7 Game 1 win. The Prospects silencing Swift Current's bats last night. Shot to left field. Blake Adams has to hurry, and he makes the catch. 2 away.
Third baseman number 24, Anthony Cusati.
Anthony Cusati's turn. Cusati, 1 for 4 last night. Hitting .223 this summer. Line shot right to the glove of Cole Thibodeau, and that'll do it for the Edmonton Prospects as Cusati lines out to second base. 1 hit for the Prospects. Tony Olson subsequently caught stealing right after that. And to the top of the third we go. Game 3 is still scoreless. This is 57's baseball.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
When you need to unwind, visit Smiley's Lounge at the Days Inn Swift Current. Smiley's offers daily food specials and a full menu. Ask about their daily homemade soup and a wide variety of wings. Need something to go? Visit their off sale selling cold beer, hard liquor, wine and coolers, and all the ice you need. Need takeout or a catering service? Call 306-778-4600. Smiley's Lounge, North Service Road East, Swift Current.
Welcome back to beautiful Remax Field in Edmonton. Ryan Schweitzer, voice of the Swift Current 57's. 366 days ago, Swift Current was victorious to capture the 2016 WMBL championship at this very field. They're not going to be able to do it tonight. If they want to win another one in Edmonton, they need wins tonight and tomorrow night, and the prospects certainly have something to say about that. John Baeta, Cole Thibodeau, and Riley Campbell, 8-9-1, due up for Swift Current here in the top of the third inning. It's a scoreless tie between the Swift Current 57's and the Edmonton Prospects. A rematch from last year's championship series in the WMBL. Swift Current swept in 2016. That won't happen this year as this series is tied at 1 as Baeta tries to get a bunt down. In the air, back to the backstop, 0-1, the count to the catcher from Port St. Lucie, Florida. Joe Carnahan bringing John Baeta in at the July 15th roster deadline. He had Bodie Cooper and Mason Brown, who were both capable behind the plate. Brought in Baeta for some insurance, and that turned out to be a very, very key move in the success of the 57's. With Kyle McDonald going down to injury, they're able to move Bodie Cooper over to first. Have a capable catcher in John Baeta and DH Mason Brown, where he's been effective in that role. Breaking ball drops low, and the count is 1-2. Baeta, 9 regular season games and 9 postseason games. He's had a total of 58 at-bats, 16 hits. 276 average, 1-2 count. Fastball, one-hopping Mackenzie Parlow low and away, and the count is 2-2. Lots around the zone from Michael Gain in this one. 28 pitches, 21 for strikes or contact. 2-2 pitch. Baeta reaches with that defensive swing on the 79-mile-an-hour offering, fouling it down the first base line. That was pitch number 30 in this contest for Michael Gain. Count to Baeta, 2-2. Baeta leading off for Swift Current here in the third. 2-2 pitch. Off speed and strike 3. Third strikeout of the game for Michael Gain. Gain with a strikeout rate of 7.5 per 9 innings. He's on pace for more than that, as he's managed to fan 3 Swift Current 57 hitters through 2 1/3. Fastball catches the outside part of the plate, and the count is 1-1. 1-1 pitch, just a bit outside. Trusting the umpires in this one when it counts to certain types of pitches, given how we're directly above the plate here. Can't really get a good feel for highs and lows on pitches. Have an excellent view of where the ball is in relation to the plate. But coming towards the catcher, tough to pick up on high and low here. Best view in the league, though, here in Edmonton. We're not complaining at all. Outside fastball. Righty on lefty, and a full count to Thibodeau. No walks issued as of yet by either pitcher. Full count to Cole Thibodeau. Thibodeau with a shot to left field. Giving chase is Derek Shedden, and he'll make the catch for the first out of the top of the third. Riley Campbell taking the long walk to the plate. And in this expansive field, It's an extra long walk. Second time for Campbell facing Michael Gain on the mound in this one. Campbell flew out to right his last time up. Off-speed pitch, strike one. Swinging strike for strike two. Oh, 0-2 count to Campbell. One hopper off the bucket of Mac Parlow. Gain from East Lismore, Australia. 2-2 count. Campbell continuing to battle, fouling that one off. .42 pitches thrown thus far by Gain. Here's 43. And Campbell continuing to battle. Slider heading low and away. Campbell chasing after it. Count remains 2-2. Hometown boy Matt Bondarchuk is on deck for the 57's. Say hometown boy, Bondarchuk from Edmonton. Two-two pitch. One hopper through the catcher. And it's a full count to Riley Campbell. Riley Campbell goes down on strikes. And that'll wrap things up here in the top of the third inning. Bottom of three coming up, still scoreless. Swift Current 57's and the Edmonton Prospects. Back with more after this.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Win a jackpot on a select bank of machines to be entered into the weekly draw for rider tickets and merchandise. Draw to be held every Sunday at 8 p.m. Winner does not need to be present to win, but you must be playing with your card to win. Live it up at Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense.
Thank you to Swift Current Building Supplies for providing the materials for the new patio at Mitchell Field.
See Swift Current Building Supplies for all types of lumber, kitchen hardware, tools, power tools, fence, and shed packages.
At your one stop, we carry everything shop for building and renovation.
Building supplies, farm and ranch, construction, paints, and decor. Swift Current Building Supplies, Swift Current's complete home and farm building supply center. Highway 1 West.
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's baseball. Riley Campbell lining out to second to end the top of the third inning. It was such a quick out. I looked down at my stat sheet and saw that the top of the third was over. Just guessed it was a strikeout just by how quick that happened. Whoever says baseball is a slow sport can shut up. 1-1 the count now. Dean Olson leading off here in the third. Olson, Shedden, Lanferman, 8-9-1 in the Prospects batting order. Still scoreless here. .57's once through the order and 1 hit. Prospects 2 hits. Two count. The ruthless fans here in Edmonton chanting bullpen as Cole Thibodeau fields that 2-hopper on the turf. Olson grounds out to second, and there's 1 away. Glad Bill Guyberson was able to make the trip to catch this game in Edmonton, watching from directly behind home plate after the drive from Idaho. I know Bob St. Pierre's father, Bob St. Pierre the Senior, is here in Edmonton tonight. Bobby's mom and sister watching from back home in Windsor. First pitch from Mitch Guyberson is a strike to Derek Shedden. Shedden, ground ball. Another one hit at Cole Thibodeau. And another 4-3. There's Bob St. Pierre, red shirt. Yeah, you got him there, Ethan. All the way from Windsor. I believe that's a Pepsi Cola that he's drinking there. Getting some sun here in Edmonton. Top of the order, and Jake Lanferman for the Prospects. Lanferman with that rather bizarre ground ball out. Hits another one at Riley Campbell. Campbell blocks it with the chest and doesn't get that throw to first in time. Riley Campbell blocks that with his body. Almost gets Lanferman at first. 1 on. 2 away for Zane Takar. Takar fly ball. It's Nick Kanyas the last time he was up. Kanyas playing him shallow in right field. Can really get the full look at how deep the outfielders are playing certain players here. Takar shows bunt. Great vantage point to watch a baseball game from up here in Remax Field. Check of the runner over at first. Get a look at all the fans taking this one in. Solid crowd on hand for game number 3 of the WMBL finals here. Fly ball sent into that sea of humanity. Oh, 2 with 2 away. Edmonton Prospects, the bridesmaids in last year's WMBL Championship final. Ground ball, Brett Esau. He'll step on 2 for the 3rd out as Takar grounds out to his counterpart at short. Prospects get 1 on base. Nothing doing. 3 innings in the books. Still scoreless between Swift Current and Edmonton. Who will get the first run in this one? Top of the 4th on the way when we return with 57's baseball after this.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
And now, a message from your stomach.
Hey, the workday's over and it's time to eat, and I need some real good food. Some real good food from Houston Pizza. They've got savory ribs, souvlaki, steak, chicken, Greek or Caesar salad, and of course, that delicious pizza. Everything's made fresh daily. For dine-in, pickup, or delivery at Houston Pizza, you get real good food.
Houston Pizza's got lots of real good food.
Big call for the current 57's, shot out in the fourth inning, the center fielder, Matt Bonderchuk.
2-3-4 due up for Swift Currents here in the top of the fourth. Bonderchuk, Blake Adams, Bodie Cooper. As young Matt Bonderchuk, his second at bat of the game, caught looking last time he was up. Michael Gain, second time facing Bonderchuk, and this time he lifts one to center field, and there to make the catch, Dean Olson.
Left fielder, Blake Adams.
46th pitch of the game from Gain to get Bonderchuk. See, he flies out to center. Now Blake Adams grounded out to third base his last time up. Since 2010, the Swift Current 57's are 12-3 in this ballpark. Postseason and regular season. One thing the Prospects did not have in 2010, and not really until 2 or 3 seasons ago, was this passionate a fan base. Blake Adams reaching for a slider, bending to the outside, and fouls that into the seats. Count is 0-2. Michael Gain has been ahead of Swift Current 57's hitters since the start of this one. He's only surrendered one hit, a single to Mason Brown. Blake Adams, strike 3. He'll head back to the dugout. Fourth strikeout of the game for Gain.
First baseman, Bodie Cooper.
Chubbuck, Idaho's Bodie Cooper. Bodie hitting .326 in the postseason, coming off a Rookie of the Year campaign in 2016. This summer he's played 50 games, 59 hits and 189 at-bats, 15 doubles. Total of 10 home runs to go with 40 runs batted in. .312 batting average in those 50 games. Solid wood bat numbers for Bodie. 80-mile-an-hour fastball from Gain tries to paint the outside corner, and with 2 away, the count is 2-1. Second time through the order for the 57's against Michael Gain. Pitch is low and away. 3-1 now to Bodie. Nobody's walked in this game as of yet. Fastball low and away. And Bodie Cooper takes his base.
Right fielder, Nick Conyers.
Nick Conyers flew out to center field his last time up. I'd like to give a shout out to the crew at Domino's Pizza in Swift Current. They have a game day deal for 57's games, home and on the road. So if you're hungry right now and want to eat some affordable pizza, 2-topping small pizza for $5.70. Domino's Pizza supporting the Swift Current 57's. Small, 2 toppings, $5.70 for the 57's playoff run. That's for each and every game day, home and away. If you didn't do that for supper tonight, plan on it tomorrow for Game 4. Towering fly ball by Kanyas. And the catch made by the pitcher. Bodie Cooper left stranded. Top of the 4th in the books, bottom of on the way. Still scoreless. Game number 3 of the WMBL playoffs. This is 57's baseball for Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Win a jackpot on a select bank of machines to be entered into the weekly draw for rider tickets and merchandise. Draw to be held every Sunday at 8 p.m. Winner does not need to be present to win, but you must be playing with your card to win. Live it up at Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's baseball, live in Edmonton. And that's the beauty of us doing these games in this format, the live stream over YouTube. If you're late to the game, you can start it right from the beginning and watch it as if it's live. Just hold off social media for a bit, no spoilers. I'd like to say hello to Kelly Haraska, checking in from Bakersfield, California. Swift Current alum. Nobody has worn 19 since Kelly Haraska did. Nick Spillman leading off. Spillman, Sabrowski. Ground ball to Cole Thibodeau as he's on target to Bodie Cooper. 1 down. Tony Olson will also bat here in the bottom of the 4th. Scoreless between Swift Current and Edmonton. "26 batters have been to the plate in this game, only but 3 hits thus far. Shot by Sabrowski, hit to center field. Matt Bondarchuk, that's going to be over his head. And in a park that's famous for its extra base hits, Sabrowski doubles.
Tony Olson.
Prospect fans have brought their A game to this one. They have their passion, they have their flags, they have their noisemakers. Tony Olson now to the plate with a runner on at second and only 1 away. Mitch Guyberson, fastball low and away, 1-0 count. Eric Sabrowski hitting that ball over the head of the center fielder, Matt Bondarchuk. Pitches through the wickets of Baeta, and Sobrowski advances to third with only one away. Edmonton prospects 90 feet away from striking first. Count 2-0 to Tony Olson. Mackenzie Parlow on deck. Olson hits .205 in the postseason. Parlow hitting .200. .3-0 count. .3-0 pitch from Guyberson. Fastball. Right across, 3-1. There's one down, 3-1 count, runner on at third base. Olson swings and misses at the off-speed pitch. And it's 3-2. Tony Olson expecting something with some gas. Guyberson throws him a 71-mile-an-hour offering. .3-2 pitch. Single up the middle. And the prospects strike first. Runner again thrown out at second base is John Baeta. Catches Tony Olson again. Second time Olson's tried to steal second. Second time John Baeta has been on target. Olson from Sherwood Park, Alberta. 2 hits in this game. He was 1 for 5 yesterday in Edmonton's 6-4 Game 2 win in Swift. Fastball up and in from Guyberson. So 2 outs, but prospects get 1 on the board here. Swinging strike by Mackenzie Parlow. Parlow again thinking fastball. Guyberson, opportune time to throw a changeup. Fastball, high hopper to Brett Esau, double clutches, throws to first. And that'll do it for the prospects. None are stranded, 1 comes in to score for Edmonton. And the home team is on the scoreboard first, 1-0 after 4, top of 5. Will be coming up shortly.
Wonderful. All right, now that upstairs twin is going to play us some tunes tonight. Are you ready to name that tune?
Oh, yeah.
All right, Quinn, hit 2, double 1.
Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky.
Win a jackpot on a select bank of machines to be entered into the weekly draw for rider tickets and merchandise. Draw to be held every Sunday at 8 p.m. Winner does not need to be present to win, but you must be playing with your card to win. Live it up at Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino.
Use your game sense.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's baseball. There's a massive crowd here, and up where we're working from, the game day staff, there's their guesses as to how many people are here. So ranging from 24.95 to 32.71 on hand here. What do you think?
We have the Swift Current fifth designated hitter, Mason Brown.
Feels like we're flirting with 3,000. It's a 10,000 seat stadium here. 57's trailing 1-0. We're in the top of the fifth inning. Swift Current has one hit this game. It was off the bat of Mason Brown, who steps into the batter's box for his second AB of this contest. Tony Olson with an RBI single to score Eric Sabrowski to give the Prospects this 1-0 lead. Top of the fifth, only one hit thus far for the Swift Current 57's. Swift Current in 2 games scored 26 runs in this ballpark, but the offense has eluded them in the playoffs. Victories of 22-4 and 4-0 in earlier trips to Edmonton this season. Nice, we could have banked a few of those runs from the 22-4 game. 1-2 count, though. Still lots left to be played here. Mason Brown, ground ball, gobbled up by Zane Takar. Throw to Nick Spillman. Brown retired via the 6-3. Swift Current needs a spark offensively. And Brett Esau has at time provided fireworks for the Swift Current 57's. We'll see if he can help ignite some offense for the visitors here, top of the fifth inning. One hit, and this will be the 16th at bat of the game for Swift Current. Michael Gain, the pitcher, right-hander. Low to mid-80s fastball, 79-mile-an-hour slider that's been paying the bills for him tonight, and a low 70s changeup. The arsenal that we've seen from Gain here. Fastball just missing a low, hitting the gun at 80, and a 3-0 count. So not much difference in velocity between the fastball and the slider from Gain. 3-0. 83 miles an hour right down the middle, and it's 3-1. Three-one pitch. Goes back to the fastball. Strike 2. Full count pitch with one away here. Gain goes fastball, and that's fouled off by Esau. Gain hitting the gun at 84 on that pitch. His fastball's usually around 83, so a little something extra on that full count offering. Here's another 3-2. Gobbled up by Anthony Cusati at third, and the throw to first is in time, 2 down. Catcher John Baeta. Michael Gain pitching to Mackenzie Parlow. At first base, Nick Spillman, Tony Olson at second, Zane Takar at short, Anthony Cusati at third. Outfield, Derek Shedden in left, Dean Olson in center, Jake Lanferman playing right. Michael Gain. First pitch, fastball to Baeta. Strike one called. Baeta representing the number 8 spot in Swift Current's batting order. '57's only 6 hits in the last 14 2/3 innings. With this team, the floodgates tend to open sooner or later. Joe Carnahan would appreciate that being sooner, but we'll have to wait and see. Weyburn Beavers could only keep the 57's bats in check for so long before that 11-4 Game 4 victory, or 11-1 rather. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Crowd that may be 3,000 full, cheering their pitcher on for the 2-2 pitch. It's a fastball low and away, and a full count. Gain. Fastball at the letters of Baeta, and he'll take a walk. Only the second issued this game by Michael Gain. 4 strikeouts to 2 walks for the Prospects' right-handed pitcher. Two-out walk from Baeta. The first offering to Cole Thibodeau will be pitch number 55 from Michael Gain. Thibodeau showing bunt with 2 down. Strike one called. A 1 pitch. Right-handed pitcher against a batter who works from the left side of the box. And that pitch was outside. Fastball at 83. Count 1-1 to Thibodeau. John Baeta checked at first. No real lead at all by Baeta, only about 2 steps off the bag. John Baeta with a very innocuous lead at first. Fastball at 82, just off the top of the bat of Thibodeau. Count is 1-2. Cole Thibodeau thinking about the seductive high fastball and taking a swing at it. He holds off. And Deuce is wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Top of the order and Riley Campbell on deck. 57's almost entirely twice through the order and only 1 hit. Baeta in his 2-step lead, checked over at first. Thibodeau continuing to battle, fouls that off. Baeta in motion on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Another 2-2 pitch. Michael Gain. Ground ball. Thibodeau into the glove of Nick Spillman. Home plate umpire says, turn these lights on. Bottom of the 5th coming up. And it's the Prospects with a 1-0 lead. We'll be back shortly with Swift Current 57's baseball for Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
1965, the Japanese community of San Francisco holds a celebration. Honor the first Japanese player to reach the
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Win a jackpot on a select bank of machines to be entered into the weekly draw for rider tickets and merchandise. Draw to be held every Sunday at 8 p.m. Winner does not need to be present to win, but you must be playing with your card to win. Live it up at Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense. When planning your Swift Current stay, call the Days Inn. Just a short walk from Living Sky Casino and a few minutes from world-class golf, Days Inn offers free Wi-Fi, a continental breakfast to go with newly renovated rooms. Ask about suites with kitchenettes. Unwind in the jacuzzi suite. If you're driving a large truck, no problem. There's lots of free parking. The Days Inn is home to locally renowned meeting and banquet facilities as well. Call 306-773-4623. The Days Inn, the host hotel for the Swift Current 57's.
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's baseball. It's going to be 7-8-9 due up here for the Prospects in the bottom of the 5th inning. Edmonton with a 1-0 lead. They played in one in the 4th. Anthony Casati, Dean Olson, Derek Shedden due up. Anthony Casati from Burnaby, British Columbia, leading off for Edmonton here in the bottom of the 5th. 57's now twice through the order. Top of the order, and Riley Campbell will lead off for Swift in the 6th. Ground ball hit to the aforementioned Campbell, who's on target to Bodie Cooper just in the nick of time. Now Dean Olson. One away. Pitch high and into Olson. Olson grounding out to Cole Thibodeau, his last trip up. Mitch Guyberson. Missing just low to Olson. 2-0 count. Olson hitting .294 in the postseason. Guyberson paints the outside corner with the fastball in this righty-on-righty encounter, and it's 2-1 with one away. Our next webcast is going to be tomorrow night. First pitch, we would estimate at around 7:10 from Remax Field here in Edmonton. It'll be game number 4. 2-hopper to Brad Esau. 6-3. Olson retired. Game number 4 tomorrow night will tell you that one of these teams will have the opportunity to hoist the Harry Hallis Trophy. This is game number 3 of a best of 5. It's all knotted up at 1. Tonight will be a win for someone. Tomorrow, a must-win for someone else. 2 away, Mitch Guyberson to Derek Shedden. Curveball stays up, 1-0 count. Top of the order, and Jake Lanferman on deck. 2 down, 1-0 lead for the Edmonton Prospects. I was wondering how this fast infield would affect the Swift Current 57's infield. See here in Edmonton. Grass in the outfield. Turf around the bases as the bunt gets down. That scurries right into the glove of Riley Campbell, and they get the runner at first, and that'll do it. The fast-playing infield has not adversely affected the injury-plagued Swift Current 57's infielders, as Derek Shedden grounds out to third. 5 innings in the books, top of 6 on the way, still a 1-0 Prospects lead. We'll be back with more of this 57's webcast shortly.
At the Hearing Place, we're making a positive difference in the lives of our clients' hearing health. We are a full-time, fully licensed hearing health care facility. Our goal is to improve and maintain our clients' hearing health with personal attention and ongoing support. As an audiologist with more than 15 years' experience, I work with clients of all ages, including toddlers and newborns. This is not only my vocation, but my passion. When you come into the Hearing Place, you will receive a complete diagnostic hearing evaluation using state-of-the-art equipment. We talk about the specific reasons for your visit and the hearing situations you find most difficult. We then discuss the hearing options that are right for you, your budget, and your lifestyle. The end goal is to ensure you leave with the knowledge and confidence about your future of hearing health. The Hearing Place. For more information, visit www.thehearingplace.ca.
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's baseball from Remax Field in beautiful downtown Edmonton. Best view in the league. A lot of fans here in this one, and Riley Campbell will try and get the offense going for the 57's. Swift Current Mayor Dennis Perreault watching this game online back in Swift Current. It was nice to see Moose Jaw Mayor Fraser Tolmie make good on his playoff wager with Dennis Perreault, Mayor of Swift Current. Fraser Tolmie wearing a Swift Current 57's jersey for the last Moose Jaw Council meeting. Now that's twice this year that Denny's won a intercity wager with his worship Mayor Tolmie in Moose Jaw. Fraser had to wear a Swift Current Broncos jersey as well and fly the Broncos flag at Moose Jaw City Hall. So a couple of online wagers made via Twitter by Swift Current's mayor to Moose Jaws. I'm telling you, Danny, that guy's going to block you on Twitter. Nice to see good sportsmanship all the way around, though. Mayor Fraser Tolmie wearing it like a champ. And the Swift Current 57's hoping to be champs for the second year in a row in the Wimble. 2-2, the count to Riley Campbell. Michael Gain on the mound for the Prospects. 5 innings of work, 1 hit, striking out 4 and walking 2. 83 pitches from Gain. Here's 84. Campbell fouls that into the backstop screen. Riley's third at bat of the game. Leadoff hitter for Swift Current. See if the third time through the order can get the 57's going here. 2-2 count to Riley Campbell. Riley's been that guy who at times has ignited the offense for Swift Current. And he continues to battle with Gain, hitting another one into the backstop. Two pitch. Campbell hits one to our neighbors here in Edmonton, up near the scorekeeper's box. Riley scrapping away, 2-2 pitch, low and away. Good take by Campbell. Full count now. Three-two pitch, low and away, and Campbell's on. And this is not a guy that the Edmonton prospects want to see on base. And you see some chatter between the third baseman, pitcher, and catcher. A no-out leadoff walk to Riley Campbell, and the 57's have one of, if not the league's finest base runner on. The base-stealing machine, Riley Campbell, and yeah, he's going to get a steady diet of balls thrown his way. Nick Spillman at first. Looks like we need some maintenance on the bag there, as first base was unearthed after that pickoff attempt. Campbell takes his lead at first. Bondarchuk tries to get a bunt down, but it rolls foul. Riley Campbell will walk back to first, and Matt Bondarchuk. Count will be 0-1. "56 games, 40 stolen bases for Campbell. 35 in the regular season in 45 games. And Campbell once again aggressively checked at first. Pitch to Bondarchuk, drilled into the backstop. Count is 0-2. Blake Adams on deck. Nobody out. Bondarchuk tried to bunt earlier in the count, swung away on the latest offering. 0-2 pitch from Michael Gain on the way. High fastball. Snap throw by the catcher over to first, and Campbell is safe. Count 1-2 to Bondarchuk. 91 pitches from Michael Gain. 1-2, the count. Bondarchuk fouling that into the people. Look what I found. One-two pitch. Not before Campbell's checked over at first. Ball bounces away from Nick Spillman. One-two pitch. Bondarchuk gets a piece of that ball off the bat head and stays alive in this battle with Michael Gain. Bottom of the sixth inning, 1-0 lead for the Prospects. An RBI by Tony Olson in the fourth. Has Edmonton up 1-0. Ground ball, Bondarchuk, potential double play. And Bondarchuk just out at first. Nick Spillman thought about a play to get Riley Campbell at second. That wasn't going to materialize, and then he had to have a foot race with Bondarchuk to first base. So Matt grounds out to 3, and that'll bring Blake Adams to the plate with Riley Campbell in scoring position now. Adams at the plate with Campbell in scoring position. It was a solid setup in the regular season for the 57's. Blake Adams setting the Swift Current record for single-season RBI. He finished the year with 54 of them. The previous record was 46. That was thanks in large part to the frequency of Riley Campbell being on base and presenting those RBI opportunities. Adams hits one to center field. Back is Dean Olson to make the catch. Two away, 57's really needing to do something with Riley Campbell here on second base, getting into the twilight innings of this ball game and down 1-0. Bodie Cooper now to take a turn. Bodie's grounded out and walked this game. Prospect fans flying their flags. First pitch to Bodie is a change up upstairs. 1-0. Two away. Riley Campbell at second. Michael Gain, starting pitcher for the Prospects, has only allowed one hit. Bodie Cooper lifts one to center field. Dean Olson, diving catch. That was a key moment in this ball game. Bodie Cooper coming close to hitting one over the head of the center fielder, but Dean Olson up to the task. Riley Campbell is left stranded. Bottom of 6 coming up, 1-0 Prospects. This is 57's baseball.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
When you need to unwind, visit Smiley's Lounge at the Days Inn Swift Current. Smiley's offers daily food specials and a full menu. Ask about their daily homemade soup and a wide variety of wings. Need something to go? Visit their off sale selling cold beer, hard liquor, wine and coolers, and all the ice you need. Need takeout or a catering service? Call 306-778-4600. Smiley's Lounge, North Service Road East, Swift Current.
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's baseball in Edmonton. Game number 3 of the WMBL Best of 5 final. Series is tied at 1. Swift Current coming close to plating a run in the top of the 6th. Riley Campbell on at second base, but Bodie Cooper deprived of a base hit by a diving Dean Olson in center field. Top of the order for the Prospects. Third time up for Jake Lanferman. Michael Gain only allowing one Swift Current 57's hit thus far. Mitch Giberson has pitched well. 5 innings of work, 4 hits, only 1 earned run. This will be the 19th batter that he's faced. Mitch Giberson, 2 playoff appearances, both starts, both Game 4 wins against the Moose Jaw Miller Express and Weyburn Beavers. Giberson, fastball, 80 miles an hour on the gun, strike 1. Lanferman, Takar, Spillman, top of the order. Top of the order for the prospects in this one, a combined 1 for 6. Lanferman reaching on a throwing error, his last time up. 1-1 the count. '57's can't fault Mitch Guyberson for this start at all. This is exactly the start that they needed from him. Trailing 1-0, they need to give Mitch some run support now. 53 pitches from Guyberson. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Guyberson in this game, 40 pitches for strike or contact. Fouled into the seats, and strike 2. Edmonton prospects off the field. The crew's done a great job to make collegiate baseball, collegiate summer ball a thing in Edmonton. As Lanferman drills that offering into the backstop. It wasn't too long ago Swift Current was making regular season visits to this massive ballpark. Remax Field in Edmonton, the second largest ballpark in the nation, 10,000 seat stadium. Now can you imagine this ballpark with under 100 fans in it? That was reality just a few short seasons ago. But they've marketed the team well. There's been some solid sponsorship. And Ray Brown, over the past few years, has held up his end of the bargain, creating a solid on-field product as Jake Lanferman is struck out by Mitch Guyberson. Caught looking. First strikeout of the game for Guyberson. Zane Takar now. 0 for 2, flying out and grounding out. Nobody on here. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning, a 1-0 lead for the Edmonton Prospects. Ground ball, past a diving Cole Thibodeau. Nick Spillman, 1 for 2. First pitch from Guyberson, breaking ball up, 1-0 count. Ground ball. Riley Campbell at third. Campbell throwing the ball away at second. Nick Conyas is there to cover. Riley Campbell trying to go to second base. Cole Thibodeau unable to squeeze that ball as it goes into right field. And now with 1 out, there's runners on at first and second. Eric Sabrowski finds some vacant grass in the outfield. Prospects sending the runner home. And Edmonton's going to go up 2, out at third base. As the 57's get a second out, it's a consolation for Edmonton going up a deuce here. Eric Sabrowski with an RBI single. Tony Olson, 2 hits in this one. And 2 times he's been subsequently caught stealing. Big shout out to the 57's volunteer crew, board of directors, game day staff. Watching this one at Houston Pizza back in Swift. Hoping that Swift Current can get back into this one. Still plenty of baseball left to be played. There's 2 outs here. Bottom of the 6th. Two 2-0 lead for the Prospects. Mitch Guyberson. Fastball low and away. Prospects with runs in the 4th and 6th inning. Fastball from Guyberson. Just missing, and Olson draws a walk. Mackenzie Parlow, 0 for 2 this game. Joe Carnahan's going to make a mound visit here, making his way out from the 57's dugout. The whole Swift Current infield joining the powwow on the pitcher's mound. Joe, as always, very, very quick with his verbiage. Mitch Guyberson, 58 pitches in this contest. Aiden Goodall warming up in the 57's bullpen. You can see the 6'6" right-hander from Nanaimo, BC, loosening up and perhaps entering this one sooner than later. High fly ball. That's going to head into the seats here. And it's a strike for Mitch Guyberson. Mackenzie Parlow, Prospects catcher at the plate. Parlow swinging and missing at the fastball from Guyberson. 0 for 2 this game. Parlow hitting 194 in the postseason. 2 outs and 2 on. Edmonton with a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Ground ball. Brett Esau. Esau looking smooth as silk to first base. And Parlow grounding out to the shortstop. Prospects will strand a couple, but score 1. 2-0 Edmonton. 57's. Bats need to wake up here. Top of 7 on the way. We'll be back with more Swift Current 57's baseball, brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Win a jackpot on a select bank of machines to be entered into the weekly draw for rider tickets and merchandise. Draw to be held every Sunday at 8 p.m. Winner does not need to be present to win, but you must be playing with your card to win. Live it up at Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense.
Thank you to Swift Current Building Supplies for providing the materials for the new patio at Mitchell Field.
See Swift Current Building Supplies for all types of lumber, kitchen hardware, tools, power tools, fence, and shed packages.
At your one stop, we carry everything shop for building and renovation.
Building supplies, farm and ranch, construction, paints, and decor. Swift Current Building Supplies, Swift Current's complete home and farm building supply center. Highway 1 West.
Top of the 7th inning. Will this be the inning where the bats wake up for the 57's? Nick Conyas would like to contribute to that potential outcome. Conyas 0 for 2 in this game. 57's lone hit was off the bat of Mason Brown in the 2nd inning. Michael Gain entering his 7th inning of work. Change up to Conyas, strike 1. Gained 6 innings, 1 hit, striking out 4 and walking 3. Breaking ball. And nothing in 2. Oh, 2 pitch. Conyas lifts one into the outfield. Outfielders are giving chase. They're not going to be able to get to that in time. Conyas gallops to second base. He's heading for third. Look at Nick Conyas go. Sliding in. A triple for Nick Conyas. Conyas lifting a ball into the expansive outfield at Remax Field. Nobody able to get to it before the native of San Antonio gallops to third. And the 57's 90 feet away from home plate, and Mason Brown at the plate. Brown 1 for 2. Singling and grounding out. Conyas at third. Michael Gain. First pitch to Brown, catching the outside part of the plate. 0-1. Breaking ball inside, and 0-2. 57's have Nick Conyas on at third and nobody out. Brett Esau on deck. Conyas ducking out of the way of that line shot foul by Brown. Mason Brown hitting that ball on the screws but drilling it foul. Count 0-2 to the native of Littleton, Colorado. Fastball outside. Count 1-2. That pitch is going to get away from the catcher. Nick Conyas scurrying home, and the 57's are on the board. A Conyas triple. And that ball getting through Mackenzie Parlow. High fives for Conyas after tripling his way to third base. And the Swift Current 57's have hit the scoreboard. Two-two to Mason Brown. Zane Takar, the shortstop, will take his time, do it right, and Brown grounds out via the 6-3. Brett Esau. 292 postseason batting average. 0 for 2 this game is Esau due. He's a dangerous hitter, and this may be the ball game for Michael Gain. Gain just over 100 pitches. He doesn't want to go. Ray Brown explaining the situation to his pitcher from East Lismore, Australia. Gain will stay in for now. Prospects with personnel limbering up in the bullpen. 1 out, nobody on. Swift plating a run here in the top of the 7th. Nick Conyas tripling and then scoring on a passed ball. First pitch to Esau is a strike. Esau starting his swing and then regretting the decision to take a cut at that. Brett anticipating fastball, and instead he got 72 miles an hour of changeup. Count 0-2. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. 2 away. Two down for catcher John Baeta. Third plate appearance for the native of Port St. Lucie, Florida. He struck out and walked in his previous 2 trips to the dish. Baeta with a solid game behind the plate for the 57's. Just a sound job of catching, calling a good game with Mitch Giberson. Nothing getting past him, and he's thrown out Tony Olson trying to steal bases twice. Ground ball, Zane Takar at short. And Zane Takar, who's been automatic, takes care of John Baeta. 57's get 1 on the board. In the top of the 7th, Nick Conyas triples and then scores on a wild pitch. 2-1 the score. Swift Current will try and keep it that way when we come back with the bottom of the 7th. This is 57's Baseball for Living Sky Casino and Crop Production Services.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
And now, a message from your stomach.
Hey, the workday's over and it's time to eat, and I need some real good food. Some real good food from Houston Pizza. They've got savory ribs, souvlaki, steak, chicken, Greek or Caesar salad, and of course, that delicious pizza. Everything's made fresh daily. For dine-in, pickup, or delivery at Houston Pizza, you get real good food.
Houston Pizza's got lots of real good food.
Welcome back to this live webcast of Swift Current 57's Baseball, brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino in Swift Current. Mitch Giberson prepping for another inning of work, as he's gone 6 for the Swift Current 57's. Another good playoff start for Giberson. 2 runs on his watch, but going deep into another ball game. Giberson pitched a couple of Game 4 wins for the Swift Current 57's against the Weyburn Beavers and Moose Jaw Miller Express. Anthony Casati leading off for Edmonton, 7-8-9 in their batting order. 7-8-9 for the Prospects, a combined 0 for 6 in this game. .57's, 1 run on 2 hits. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. Count is 1-1. Guyberson induces a hard foul ball and a long strike for the 57's pitcher. Breaking ball from Guyberson. Dropping south of the strike zone, and it's 2-2. Edmonton Prospects and 57's, a rematch of last year's WMBL Championship Series. Swift Current with 11 league titles between the SMBL, which evolved into the WMBL as we know it, going back to 1992. Edmonton Prospects still looking to hang their first championship banner. Second time they've made it to the league finals in as many years. Ground ball, Brett Esau knocked down by Esau, and he won't be able to recover that ball before Anthony Casati scampers to first base. Prospects for the second year in a row, a West Division Cinderella story. The 4th seed heading into the postseason, upsetting the top-ranked Okotoks Dogs in the 4-versus-1 first-round matchup. And then Edmonton beating Med Hat in a 3-4 matchup. That's what they did last year. So John Baeta can't squeeze that. And that lively infield wreaking havoc with the Swift Current 57's. Baseball's just bouncing all over the place, and the Prospects have 2 on with none out here. Home plate umpire telling Jake Lanferman to warm up elsewhere. Derek Shedden with nobody out showing bunt. A bunt in this park, unpredictable. Can die off the bat head or it can play like a ground ball. 0-1 pitch. Shedden showing bunt. Gets it down. And they get the runner at first, but 2 advance. And the Edmonton Prospects, top of the order, Jake Lanferman. He's 0 for 3 this game. He was caught looking. Struck out the last time he faced Mitch Guyberson. Prospects with 1 down and runners on at 2nd and 3rd. And the 57's will try and get out of a bit of a jam. Infield is in. Swift Current wanting to keep everything in front of them here. Lanferman swings and misses. Leadoff hitter for the Prospects. .404 batting average in the postseason heading into this game. He's eager to contribute. Lanferman, a .293 batting average between the regular season and postseason. A 1 pitch. Fastball inside. 1-1. 1 down, 2 on. Lanferman. Trouble. Hang on to that ball, boys. RBI single by Lanferman scores 1. And then Lanferman sneaks in the back door to second base. Prospects get a run on the board, and the situation resets itself with runners on at second and third and 1 away. And here comes Joe Carnahan, and he may be summoning Aiden Goodall from the bullpen. Infield meeting. Giberson will stick around. Giberson, 80 pitches thus far. Zane Takar, the shortstop, gets a small piece of that baseball, fouling it off. Takar's 1 for 3 this game. Zane Takar hitting .395 in the month of August. Fastball from Giberson, strike 2. .25 angry Albertan umpires in the stands disagree with that assessment. .80-mile-an-hour fastball from Giberson, low and away, count 1-2. Zane Takar, shortstop from Victoria. Runners on at second and third. 1 down. Prospects have 1 across the plate already. 57's infield in again. Mitch Giberson trying to work that inside fastball again in this righty-on-righty matchup. Count goes to 2-2. Zane Takar, shot to left field, a one-hopper in front of Blake Adams. Joe Carnahan will take the baseball from Mitch Giberson. And we'll sub in one tall bearded guy for another one as Aiden Goodall gets set to enter this ball game. Aiden Goodall, 6'6", 230 pounds, out of Nanaimo, BC. We say hello to his family watching this one from the island. Goodall, in the summer of 2017, 0-1, 3.03 earned run average, 21 appearances, 2 saves, 32 innings of work. He struck out 27 and walked 11, allowing 32 hits. Postseason, this will be his 3rd appearance. We'll let the A-train get warmed up, and we'll be back with more of the bottom of the 7th inning. 4-1 Edmonton. Our webcast returns after this.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Win a jackpot on a select bank of machines to be entered into the weekly draw for rider tickets and merchandise. Draw to be held every Sunday at 8 p.m. Winner does not need to be present to win, but you must be playing with your card to win. Live it up at Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's baseball. Runners on the corners and one away. Aiden Goodall coming in. Hoping to stop the bleeding here, where the Prospects have put up 2 in the 7th inning and lead the 57's 4-1 in game number 3 of this best-of-5 WMBL championship final. Ground ball in the 5-6 gap.
Every year, hit number 23, Eric Sabrowski.
5-1 Prospects. Pitch low and out, blocked by John Baeta. Eric Sabrowski 2 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. Aiden Goodall, fastball past Sabrowski, 1-1. Tony Olson on deck, runners on at first and second. A 3-run bottom of the 7th has Edmonton up 5-1. One hopper gets away from John Baeta. That ball bouncing all the way to the 57's dugout. She's having a blast, and so is everyone else here at Remax Field in Edmonton. 6-1 Prospects. Straight baseball from the 57's bullpen, putting a temporary halt on this game. Tony Olson now, who's 2 for 2 with a walk. He's been caught stealing twice in this one. And the Prospects swinging the bat with confidence, have put up 4 runs in the 7th, and the 57's looking for an elusive second out. Still but 1 away. Prospects Anthony Cusati and Dean Olson getting themselves on base as the 57's kick the ball around the infield a little bit. And after that, the bats came alive for Edmonton. Four base hits in a row by the Edmonton Prospects have them up 5 here in the bottom of the 7th. It's amazing how momentum can shift in a playoff series. We saw it in the 57 second round series against the Weyburn Beavers. Line shot into the glove of Cole Thibodeau, and the 57's mercifully get out of the 7th inning as Tony Olson lines into a double play. 1 is stranded, but 4 score. Momentum on the side of the team in the home whites. It's not impossible, but it's a tall mountain to climb for the 57. 6-1 heading into the 8th. We'll be back with more right after this.
Win a jackpot on a select bank of machines to be entered into the weekly draw for rider tickets and merchandise. Draw to be held every Sunday at 8 p.m. Winner does not need to be present to win, but you must be playing with your card to win. Live it up at Living Sky Casino. Use your game sense.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
Welcome back to our live webcast of Swift Current 57's Baseball. 9-1-2 due up for Swift Current here in the top of the 8th. Swift Current has their work cut out for them now. Cole Thibodeau, Riley Campbell, and Matt Bondarchuk set to make plate appearances. Michael Gain has pitched a gem for the Prospects and now has some run support. .113 pitches. Thibodeau gets a bunt down, played by Cusati at third. Throw to first. Thibodeau legs it out. Bunt single. Third hit of the ball game for the 57's. And Riley Campbell taking the long way to the plate. Hitting 101st Street up Jasper Avenue and now digs in. 57's with 1 on here in the bottom of the 8th inning, trailing by 5. Swift Current has had some big innings offensively in this ballpark. Historically, Remax Field, park formerly known as Telus Field, has been very friendly to the team from Swift Current, no matter what their name is. Slider from Michael Gain, and strike 2 on Campbell. Swift Current has had a 22-run game in this field in recent history. With that in mind, putting up at least 5 in 2 innings doesn't seem like that tall a task. However, Michael Gain has pitched well tonight, and he's had some solid defense behind him. This one's not over, though. Riley Campbell watches that pitch go low and away. Cole Thibodeau scurries to second base, slides in. Gives his billet mom, Shar Westbury, some laundry to do, dirtying up that uni. To which Shar probably says he can do his own laundry. Count 1 and 2. Riley Campbell. One-two pitch. Pitch bounces low and away. 2 and 2 now. The count to Riley. Two-two pitch. Campbell swats that ball foul towards Edmonton's on-deck area. Two-two pitch. Crowd in Edmonton trying to clap Campbell out. Matt Bondarchuk with 1 down and 1 on. Get him text messages from the crew watching this one at Houston Pizza back in Swift Current. Hearing how great a job the servers are doing at the lounge at Houston's. So kudos to the staff there for hosting a good 57's night. I know the boys on the team would love to give you all something to cheer about here. 1 down here, runner on at second base. Bondarchuk with 1 out, showing bunt. Strike is called. Michael Gain, that's pitch number 120 on his night. That's more than average for a starting pitcher. Much more. 0-1. Bondarchuk swings and misses. Michael Gain. Regardless of the outcome of this game, the native of Australia will head home and celebrate with another shrimp on the barbie and a Foster's Lager, perhaps. 0-2. 1 down. Ground ball. Up the middle. The sure-handed Zane Takar has it. Thrown away at first base. Here comes Cole Thibodeau. And Matt Bondarchuk. The E6 goes the way of the 57's. And the deficit is 4 with 1 away and 1 up. Here's the 124th pitch from Michael Gain. Swung on and missed past the catcher. Bondarchuk scampers to second. One away here. Top of the 8th. Game. Low and away to Adams. Good take by Blake. Count 1-1 with one down and a runner on at second. Bodie Cooper on deck. Fastball low and away, 2-1. Gain with 125 pitches, losing a little zip on that fastball, as it's now clocking in the upper 70s. (6-2), the Edmonton Prospects lead it, but Swift Current making a little bit of noise here in the top of the 8th. Game looks Bondarchuk at second. Blake Adams into the glove of Tony Olson, the second baseman, 2 down.
Third baseman, Bodie Cooper.
Bodie Cooper hits now for Swift. First pitch to Bodie. Fastball catching the outside corner of the plate. 82 on that fastball, so gain. Getting some of that velocity back. Fastball at 83. And it's 0-2 to Bodie. (0-2) pitch. Change up inside. 1-2. Gain trying to strike out Bodie Cooper in 3 pitches. You often see with the count 0-2, a high fastball or something low and away, but he went after Bodie and didn't miss by too much. That was a good take by a disciplined hitter, Bodie Cooper, last year's Wimble Rookie of the Year. Bodie Cooper, a towering fly ball. Dean Olson, center field. '57's strand one, but score one in their half of the 8th. They'll try and keep the deficit to 4 when we return. Bottom of 8 on the way. 57's baseball, brought to you by Living Sky Casino and Crop Production Services.
All right, fans, we're here in Section C. We got a couple of die-hard.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky. Live it up.
Win a jackpot on a select bank of machines to be entered into the weekly draw for rider tickets and merchandise. Draw to be held every Sunday at 8 p.m. Winner does not need to be present to win, but you must be playing with your card to win. Live it up at Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky. Live it up.
Use your game sense. When planning your Swift Current stay, call the Days Inn. Just a short walk from Living Sky Casino and a few minutes from world-class golf, Days Inn offers free Wi-Fi, a continental breakfast to go with newly renovated rooms. Ask about suites with kitchenettes. Unwind in the jacuzzi suite. If you're driving a large truck, no problem. There's lots of free parking. The Days Inn is home to locally renowned meeting and banquet facilities as well. Call 306-773-4623. The Days Inn, the host hotel for the Swift Current 57's.
All right, I'm hearing the crew at Houston's Pizza in Swift Current has the rally caps on. Wherever you are, get yours on as well. 6-2, Prospects lead it, bottom of the 8th. Fernando Pena coming into pitch for the 57's. Fernando, one appearance in the playoffs, 3.1 innings of work, striking out 5 and walking 1. He worked 3 innings in that home field Game 2 loss against the Weyburn Beavers. Nando in the regular season, 1-2 with a 5.47 earned run average, 10 appearances, 4 starts, 23 innings of work, striking out 21 and allowing 23 hits. So the right-handed pitcher, Fernando Pena out of Houston, Texas, who took last year off baseball to recover from the Tommy John procedure. Saw limited action early this year as he was at the tail end of his recovery from Tommy John, but now Nando good to go. First pitch from Pena, hops away from John Baeta. Mackenzie Parlow at the plate for the Prospects, 6-7-8 for Edmonton. Parlow, Kusati, Olsen. These three have combined 2 for 9 this game. 1-1 the count. Breaking ball from Fernando. And count 1-2. Aiden Goodall, 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits. No earned runs. Nobody in the 57's bullpen. Looks like this one is Fernando's to finish as he strikes out Mackenzie Parlow. Fernando Pena, off-speed offering. It's Fernando's 3rd summer in Swift Current. Member of the 14 and 15 teams to go with the 2017 Swift Current 57's. Anthony Kusati 0 for 3 this game, reaching on error. Towering fly ball that won't escape the infield. Cole Thibodeau's got a fine beat on that baseball. And now Dean Olsen. Olsen 1 for 3 with a run scored in this one. It's a 6-2 lead for the Edmonton Prospects, bottom of the 8th inning. A cool August night in Edmonton. Pena, fastball. Olsen showing bunt, strike called. Our next webcast is going to be tomorrow night from right here in Edmonton. Anticipating first pitch to go around 7:10. It'll be a must-win for someone in this best of 5. Ground ball, Cole Thibodeau on the run, executes the throw to first. Olsen retired. Fernando Pena, good job coming in, 3 up, 3 down. 4 is the deficit. Top of 9 coming up. Last chance for the 57's. We'll be back with more of our 57's webcast right after this.
At the Hearing Place, we're making a positive difference in the lives of our clients' hearing health. We are a full-time, fully licensed hearing health care facility. Our goal is to improve and maintain our clients' hearing health with personal attention and ongoing support. As an audiologist with more than 15 years' experience, I work with clients of all ages, including toddlers and newborns. This is not only my vocation, but my passion. When you come into the Hearing Place, you will receive a complete diagnostic hearing evaluation using state-of-the-art equipment. We talk about the specific reasons for your visit and the hearing situations you find most difficult. We then discuss the hearing options that are right for you, your budget, and your lifestyle. The end goal is to ensure you leave with the knowledge and confidence about your future of hearing health. The Hearing Place. For more information, visit www.thehearingplace.ca.
All right, we're doing our best to mix things up here in the broadcast booth. My camera operator and I switching hoodies. Just anything to mix it up. Crew at Houston Pizza, switch it up. Everybody sit in different spots. Get to know some of the other people that are there that are all cheering for the 57's. Do something. Mix it up. Sit in different spots. Order a different drink than what you've been drinking all night. Let's mix it up here for the bottom of the ninth, or top of the ninth rather, but a bottom of the ninth feel for the 57's as they trail by 4 here. Last chance. Conyers, Brown, Esau due up, barring any substitutions from Joe Carnahan. Conyers 1 for 3 with that triple. He has also accounted for one of Swift Current's 2 runs. Two and 1 the count to Conyers. Michael Cahan still on the mound for the Prospects. We're not going to see him again this series. Conyers, opposite field shot, but that's towards the Prospects bullpen and goes foul. 133 pitches for Cahan. He's all in for his team. Conyers gets a piece of that ball and stays alive in this exchange with Gahan. 72-mile-an-hour offering. 2-2 pitch. Fastball. 130-plus pitches, and Gahan seems to be gaining in velocity. That last offering, 85. But he's going to walk Nick Conyers. That'll bring Mason Brown to the plate. The DH for the 57's. Mason 1 for 3. Brown. First pitch strike from Gahan. 0-1. Curveball for strike 2 to Mason. Nothing in 2. Check of the runner at first as Michael Gahan lets Nick Conyers know that he's thinking about him. 6 strikeouts, 4 walks, 8 innings of work. 3 hits, 2 earned runs for Gahan. Approaching 140 pitches in this one. Mason Brown over the third baseman. And the 57's with 2 on. Mason gets there via the E5. In comes Tom DeBonville to run for Mason Brown. The fleet of foot, native of Silverthorne, Colorado, giving Swift some extra mobility. And nobody out. Runners on at first and second here at the top of the ninth.
Running at first base, number 4, Thomas DeBonville. Out of the shortstop, Brett Esau.
Swift Current trying to finish strong. Brett Esau slaps that ball foul down the third base line. Nobody out, runners on at first and second. Esau lifts that deep, hit to left field, hit back, and the catch made at the warning track. Runners tag up and advance. 340 in the corners, any other park in the league, and that's a 3-run dinger for Brett Esau. But the massive dimensions of Remax Field, a warm blanket around Michael Gahan as Esau flies out to left field at the warning track. And Ray Brown making a mound visit. And is he going to go to his bullpen? Michael Gahan. Big effort tonight for the Australian-born righty. .142 pitches for Gahan. 8 1/3. 3 hits, 2 earned runs, striking out 6 and walking 4. Joe Carnahan strategizing with his runners who advanced to second and third on that flyout by Esau. Prospects with Scott Gillespie coming into pitch here. Like everyone on the prospect staff, with the exception of Gahan, a local product. And we're just looking back now, that ball in left field wasn't caught, so Brett Esau at first. Well, my mistake. I thought Derek Shedden had that ball deep in left field, but he wasn't able to catch it. No one was able to score, though, as they were anticipating that ball being caught. So Scott Gillespie comes in, and there's no out and the bases loaded. Better scenario than I thought. It's nice to be pleasantly surprised. So none out, bases loaded. John Baeta to the plate. Scott Gillespie hits Baeta, and in comes a run. And the deficit is now 3. Bases loaded, none out, Cole Thibodeau. Tying run now represented by John Baeta at first. Scott Gillespie. Fastball out. The 57's have had their fair share of big innings in this ballpark. 1-1. Scott Gillespie, 2 appearances in the postseason, 10 2/3 innings of work, striking out 8, walking 4, allowing 17 hits, 6.75 earned run average. Thibodeau, high fly ball, hit to left field, catch is made, and Thomas de Bonville holds at third. Derek Shedden with the catch, 1 down. So top of the order and Riley Campbell. So 1 out, bases loaded. Swift Current where they want to be here. The 57's making this interesting in the top of the 9th. Scott Gillespie, fastball comes close to hitting Campbell. And Gillespie showing some frustration in himself after that pitch. Tying run represented by John Baeta at first. Bases loaded with 1 away. Fastball inside part of the plate, 1-1. One pitch. Campbell takes and the count's 2-1. Campbell wears it. And the mood has changed. Scott Gillespie looking in the dugout on the mound. Not happy with himself as 2 hitters have been hit. And the bases are loaded with 1 out, 6-4 the score. Tying run represented by John Baeta at second, and Scott Gillespie will get the hook here. And the youngster's not happy with that outing. And the prospects going back to their closer, Andrew Morasti. Andrew Morasti, native of Edmonton, by way of Meadow Lake. Trying to put the button on this game. He comes in with 1 out and the tying run at second base. Matt Bondarchuk coming to the plate. Morasti, 5 postseason appearances. 5 1/3 innings of work. He's allowed 3 hits, 1 earned run, struck out 4 and walked 2. He's 1-0 with 4 playoff saves and a 1.68 earned run average. Matt Bondarchuk in the 57 saw Morasti last night in Swift Current as he came in to nail down a 6-4 win, getting the save in that contest. Morasti, not quite as fresh as the prospects maybe would like him to be, as he had to go 2 innings last night in Swift. Well, Matt Bondarchuk will try and keep the rally going here for Swift Current. There's 1 out, 2 runs across the plate, top of the 9th, 6-4 the lead for the prospects. Andrew Morasti, Edmonton's closer, trying to nail things down against the 57's. 85-mile-an-hour fastball to Bondarchuk, strike 1. 84 miles an hour, swing and a miss. 0-2 to Bondarchuk. Blake Adams on deck. Bases loaded, one away. Andrew Morasti. 87 miles an hour inside to Bondarchuk. Right-handed pitcher against a lefty hitter, 1-2. One, two. One away. Bondarchuk, ground ball. Hit to third. Bobbled. They get the out at second. Bondarchuk safe at first. A run comes in to score. 2 away, and the deficit is but 1 run. Matt Bondarchuk safe at first. And the 57's new franchise record holder for runs batted in is coming to the plate with the tying run 90 feet away. Swift Current has scored 3 here in the top of the 9th. Prospects with a 6-5 lead. John Baeta still representing the tying run. He is now at third base. Adams with a shot to left field. And a diving catch. Well, the Swift Current 57's finished strong, scoring 3 in the top of the 9th, but fall 6-5. And it's a must-win for the 57's. Tomorrow night we'll have that webcast for you. 6:05 first pitch from Remax Field here in Edmonton. The 57's come oh so close to tying it up in the top of the 9th, but can't quite complete the deal. Forward momentum, perhaps on the side of Swift, after a scare in the top of the 9th. 6-5 is the final. 7:10 first pitch tomorrow from Remax Field here in Edmonton. It's been a pleasure to bring you this baseball game. Do or die tomorrow night. Good night from Remax Field.